నెట్స్లో করে দিস আঠালো এটা
And you certainly have a big target on your back. First of all, 11, given the credits that were also shot changing, but this is a fantastic shot, an absolute delight to watch. A batsman in his prime, Noor Ali Zadran, turning it on, given the credits that were also shot changing, but this is a fantastic shot, an absolute delight to watch. A batsman in his prime, Noor Ali Zadran, turning it on, given the credits that were also shot changing, but this is a fantastic shot.
Your friend Noor Ahmed. Watch out for that.
But here's an opportunity to look some Gurbaaz. Indeed. CK Dhananjay, list of the Indian team, and Borea's got that spot on, absolutely. I'm sure even Dhananjay would be thrilled to look at this image of Noor Ali Zadran.
Rahman, Abdul. Come on, man. There it is, Rahman. Yeah. Get some wickets, man.
My mind, Shapoor, and especially when the team is under a bit of a hammering. This is the time for the captain to step up. I don't have too many bowling options, so I'm not complaining as long as they're getting hammered all right.
I predicted for you, Ramanullah. And you know what? I think I owe fantasy commentary to COVID. Have you thought about this, Arun? From home, this whole concept to COVID. It has allowed the new normal. That is why I keep saying that when COVID goes, sport will emerge richer and stronger because we have now got technology to help us in ways and means which was inconceivable before COVID. Gone. Yes.
Here.
Found
নেট
The
স্লো
angle
দিতে
changed.
ভালো
The
খেললাম
batsman fetched it. It was almost like out. It was a smart catch from Mohammad Shahzad.
A big wicket in the context of this chase because 209 is still a mammoth total. The scoreboard pressure is always going to be daunting as ever. He needed a solid start. He did provide that. But a lot more work remains to be done if the Eagles have to scamper home. Who do we have here coming in at number 3? They got a left-hand bat in, which is a good choice, which is something that the opposition profited. Shpageeza Atal, not sure how many people have him in their sides, not the most impressive of grades or average. He really has to play out of his skins today if he's got to make an impact.
Absolutely right. 3.246 for one. They are in the contest, but they are gradually getting, under pressure. That was a massive blow. We can't just emphasize how important that wicket was.
Right. Abdul Rahman has earned 25 points for the 10% of people that have picked him. So well done on that. Oh, once again, flirting off. Right, here's an interesting coming through from our producer over here. Well, here's something I wanted to curious as well as a new calls delivered. Of users that have picked him immensely happy. Just on the subject of Rahman and how well he's been doing right now, how often, Boria, do you pick bowlers as those that are assured of 4?
Australia, every time. I would either go in with a Megan Schutt, or I will go in with a Jess Jonathan or a Megan Schutt or an Ashley Gardner or a Nellie Perry, who will sort of bowl at the top, will bowl in the middle. So if you're playing a Thailand, and that's a very good looking shot from Shpageeza Atal. Left hand stand, grace and elegance, beautifully. But to answer that question, you know that Thailand will not get more than 70-75. And you also know that chances are going with a Jess Jonathan or an Elise Perry or an Ashley Gardner or a Megan Schutt as captain. And if you get it right, you have enormous opportunity. And there you go, how important is the toss. The toss is massive, because if Australia bats, you expect them to get 200 or 170, 180 against high bowling attack. So in that case, arm spin will fetch you wickets under pressure as a vice captain. So that's how I changed my strategy. No. Of course, Jasprit can. He has the talent for sure. But I would be surprised if Jasprit was able to run away with it. So that's a good shot again from Shpageeza Atal, another boundary. So they're not holding back. 55 of 4 overs. That's a rolling.
From Boria as well about Dream 11, the overview and all those expertise that our statisticians and other experts bring to you, because that will eventually help you prop up a good team. I think it's a good point that you made, Boria, because you are playing a so-called minnow. When a strong team is playing a so-called minnow, you can stack up your side with top order comprising batsmen from the stronger team, and then some good quality bowlers against the opposition. So you can play probably 7-4 and then make sure that you have the best of both the worlds. Noor Ali Zadran, and this was again an invitation for him to pepper that. A lot of people do have him in their teams, and they are going to certainly relish the opportunity. Nurali Zadran, of course, was the man of the match in the round-robin match between these two teams.
Oh,
Out.
that was close. How did Ibrahim not get that one LBW?
Did he get a bit of bat on that? That's the only question.
Oh, maybe missing.
Point about bowlers being made captains the other day when down the run ran through the ammo shots and picked up 4th over, finished with 5 for. Had him on boundary. He is not looking to muck things up. Not the most highly. Yes, and that's the second wicket for the Kabul Eagles. Atul was shaping up rather nicely, but probably got a little bit too greedy. Kicked out the fielder the longer side.
There was no need for that shot. You were going well. There was absolutely no need for that shot. That is what inexperience does to you. There was absolutely no need for that shot in any way. But I was impressed by the fact that somebody actually picked up Daulat Zadran as captain. Good call, but that's what I call one of those punts. Works. In sport, you need luck on occasions, and he had that luck. Sport is never without luck. Surviving that, World Cup semi-final by now ERS out. Sachin took a punt and went for the review, got saved. India won that game, and that's what sport does. That's what sport is about, and sport will be about. So you've got to understand that how sport is played. These are important moments in sport, Arun, and that's.
Can't put just a hinge on a lot of ifs and buts. Some strategic gambits that you make, some decisions that don't go your way. They can't always go your way, can they? Here's Yunus Amrai.
That was a good.
But it's been a bit of a mixed bag for Ibrahim. 25 runs conceded, almost 2 overs. That must have been close. We tipped on him just the last moment. Kabul Eagles are on 64 for 2 after 5. That's the equation that they are in need of. 145 runs of 90 balls.
Arun Venugopal, 64 for 2, is a little disappointed. Was out. That's the fun of fantasy. Navneet Krishna, you are more than welcome to come in because you have this, which I am aware of, because I can smell the aroma sitting in Calcutta.
Thank you, Arun. Thanks
So
for
Navneet, what's for lunch? Well, I really love the kind of food you keep getting from your mom. So what's for lunch?
I'm yet to take stock.
First ball for 6. I want this youngster to come back, Navneet Krishna. I really like the look of this youngster.
That for a start. Convincing. Have a look at the run. The Kabul Eagles.
Beautifully
Appeal.
gold. There goes.
Absolutely phenomenal comeback. Have a look at that pitched on leg and just spun a little bit right in front of little bit in a spot of bother.
4 wickets for Noor Ahmed is what I am predicting. 4 wickets for Noor Ahmed as far as I've got. Will not tell you now because the total has not been updated yet, Mr. Bhatia. So just give it a bit more time. You're rubbing it in. You're a sweet boy. 550, 555 mark, around there.
70 for 3. Is there enough left in the tank, I think, for some?
And the rest quite handsomely. So this is not happening for Samuel Lashwari today. I think Noor, such a real breath of fresh air. Absolute rock star he will be for Afghanistan cricket. Look at the talent. Look at the depth of talent in this team.
Oh, there's an appeal. There's an appeal up front.
No. Down leg. That's exuberant. Dive from the hand, he'll kill you. And I think Samuel Lashwari is not reading it. That's a little short. But I don't want Noor to go short with Samuel Lashwari. No problem. He will be stumped. Give it air, young man. Give it air against Samuel Lashwari. A wicket is coming.
Or he'll probably even sky one to one of the fielders. Much better.
Beautifully bowled.
Where do they come from? Spinner after spinner after spinner.
And look at the variety. Out, third man, no, just over. Samuel Lashwari living day.
Very, very lucky indeed. This is risky business from Shpageeza T20. 74 for 3 at the end of 6. They're well ahead of the asking grade. But who do they have left to take this through? They need well over 130 runs. That is a lot, considering that you've lost 3 out of your top 4 batsmen. All eyes now on Noor Ali Zadran and Shpageeza T20.
I've enjoyed Devanuj, former Michael, Patriots, Vinay, all these guys. Do fantasy commentary, enjoy myself in the mornings. Terrific. What an innovation from Dream 11.
There is a brilliant shot there from Noor Ali Zadran, picking it off on the side, and that's 6. This stage we're 41. So these guys are well ahead, almost twice the score of the Knights. But it was from the 8th over or the 10th over mark when they really started to get on. COVID there, we've been able to bring this sort of a creative solution to the remote commentary box. We've never done this before. The first time fantasy commentary, and in sense this is going to be the future, but in adversity comes some of the great innovations.
Beautifully bowled. Adran is good night and Ibrahim doing the trick, and that's a massive. Oh, is that Shinwari? Yes, it is. That's a massive number. 42.
Well, and the 4th, they've been losing wickets. Gonna help the Eagles. Boozle foxed Shinwari, had no idea which way that was spinning. And well, he found the massive gap between bat and pad, and he has to make his walk back. 81 for 4, 6.4.
I think this game has one winner written all over it now, unless Noor Ali Mangal plays the innings of the day.
Innings of his life, really. If he has
In a
to pull
manner,
this
yes.
off.
In a manner, yes. And you know what, Navneet, you were talking about adversity. This is what I feel. We are being complacent as far as broadcasts are. In terms of what is broadcast? Broadcast is equal to the match being held in Kabul. The stadium has 15,000, put in 20 cameras, and you're done. That's what broadcast was. Now, there is a Mandir Bhatia sitting in Delhi who's as much part of that broadcast. There is a Foma sitting in Bombay who's as much part of the broadcast. There's a Vinay sitting in somebody in Australia who's as much part of this broadcast, right? Unfortunately, all of us were being left out of the ambit of broadcast because we were being complacent, only focusing on the stadium. What technology has done is it has allowed real-time usage of us. We can tweet our videos. So, for example, the Kolkata Knight Riders wins. I give my daughter a hug and I celebrate. Royal Challengers of Bangalore, Virat Kohli gets 100. Navneet Krishna at home, has a fantastic meal thanks to his mother. Now, these are important moments in the broadcast. This is fandom. You democratize fandom by putting in this in your commentary. And this can be done by real-time videos. You were tweeting questions, now you do videos. You democratize commentary, empower your users, and all of a sudden, you have the fan base extended to a couple of 100 million when sports come back post-COVID. That is why I say richer and far more post.
To see and the interactions that will be as well. And so thank you, the viewers watching this and the commentators. But there's so many other people coming together to making this happen. Fans in the stadium, the players, the organizers of the Shpageeza Cricket League, Fan Code and Dream 11, cricket enthusiasts around the world, broadcasters, makes this so beautiful. Dawlad Zadran finally gets a bowling in the 8th over. The man picked up a fine wicket haul last time he out. Brilliant performance with the experienced campaign on the national side.
Single. 4 wickets are not.
And if you're tuning in for the first time into this coverage, this is qualifier number 1. So not all is lost for the Kabul Eagles. At the moment, not looking very good, but the team that ends up on the losing side will have another chance to go into the final. And they will be the winner of the eliminator later this afternoon, while we see why talented batsman in Afghanistan. A brilliant shot. Wasn't really in the slot, but he picked it up well and deposits it over the boundary line. There you go, the confirmation does come. It is a 6. Much better. That is a good comeback from Zadran in the block hole. Well, Zadran back. is the man. If there is someone for the no really have to play the lead role. Oh, where is this going? Where is this going? Ah, Mohammad Shehzad. Well, he was trying his best to get under the. It's difficult. Oh, maybe if he just get the if he got the dive in, Shehzad. An interesting here with 4 or 6. More often than not, you'd see them rotating the strike right after. And that is so good to see. In the block hole once again. Oh, close. A little. So easily been wicket number 5, and surely not the way that they'd like. 8 overs completed, 93 for 4, and a little change in the commentary box here as we have Arun Venugopal back in.
Thank you, Navneet. I'm doing incredibly badly, and all my selections today have backfired, misfired, and just about a very bad case of Murphy's on a Monday's morning. All I have are close to 440 points.
But my leading team is at 545. That's what I have right now. Not too bad in the contest that I'm playing. 1,000 points a month.
He's on a roll for the last 3 days or so. That's the joy of watching you do well in fantasy cricket. And as we say that Azmatullah has brought some cheer to the likes of me who have picked him as vice captain. He's got a boundary.
Ibrahim Zadran has slowly and steadily gone about his business, and he's picked up 2 wickets in the process. 2 big wickets, 9 for 4. But 4 wickets down. 4 wickets down. That is very important to note. I was just talking about a very so often it's followed by a single, right? And talk to anyone, they'll always tell you that after a big one.
I think it's something that has been perhaps drilled into all these young batsmen, because you hear that so often. Basically, it's down to, not chancing your luck a little too much. And given the amount of discussion that surrounds that facet of the game, I think it's been drilled into all these youngsters really well, and they've also taken to it rather nicely. But having said that, the counterpoint to that would be, if there is a ball to be hit, then you actually take these other morning. So ultimately, I think there are 2 things. There is the process side of things. It becomes just an execution error. But if you're trying to do something that is not your game, that is not in the context of the Eagles right now, all they need to do is just keep the nerve for the next 4 or 5 overs. And then try and take them as deep as they can. More often than not, that does dividends.
This is the first qualifier, so the winner will go through to the final. In the loser will play the winner of the eliminator. The winners will be action in this same stadium later today in a little over a couple of hours. Now Zadran had plenty of success the last time around, 5-wicket haul. That doesn't happen too often in T20. Like you mentioned, if they can just continue